very sad truth in life is that product manager is able to do a fraction of what she or he wants and what is required of this person. So it's always an ability to choose the best possible update, the best possible call, and at the same time not be hindered, saddened, or depressed that the other stuff is ignored. The greatest, the most successful product managers are not known for what they ignored, but what they focused on, and it worked out because the focus was given. And if you manage to inspire, if you manage to use that great communication and empathy as a leader, then you almost have a team of junior product managers around you that help you to create better products.
As long as a company has a product, it requires a product manager. This is a statement which is supported by McKinsey & Company. It says the role of a product manager is expanding due to the growing importance of data and decision making, an increased customer and design focus, and the evolution of software development methodologies. I'm your host Anushka, and in this episode we'll talk about starting your career as a product manager, and we have with us Bart. He's a senior product manager with over 7 years of experience working with companies like OLX, Microsoft, and now Stepstone. Welcome to the show, Bart. So just getting started with the very first question: what exactly is product management, and how is it different from project management, for example?
Okay, so product manager is this person in the company who is looking for the optimal value to deliver to clients and to the business. He or she does that using a technical team or just a team and is bound by data. We are like scientists that look for anything that can be proven with any numbers, with any research, and then using the very same numbers and data verify whether our product hypothesis, so the change we want to make in product, is verified or not with the numbers, the metrics we've selected. This is pretty different from project management because we, the product managers, are asking the questions what to change in the product, what will bring the most success. Project management, on the other hand, answers the question how to make an idea, how to make something that's on paper in your task in project management suite a reality. Who needs to work on this project? What resources do we need? What architecture does need to be built in? Maybe this I'm going too far, and this is mostly on the technical side, like from the code developers. But at the same time, project manager is the one that makes sure that everything comes together and creates a whole, a new update, a new product, or well, whatever product manager needs there or thinks needs there for product to succeed.
What would be the key skills that you feel a product manager should have to have a successful career, or maybe even, starting out the first 6 months?
Well, this is pretty tricky because that will be different from company to company. Some will just value like the core product skills, I'll get to that, but sometimes you will need to be more technical. Ideally, like by the book, you need to be very strong in the core product skills. That mostly consists of communication and ability to prioritize and focus. Communication, as understood by saying the right things to the right people at the right time, sounds benign. Sounds something that we start learning from the first time we say mama or tata. But it's not as easy. And even now, when I came back to a company that I left 3 years ago and I had the opportunity to read my old emails, I discovered that they seem to be written by a preschooler and not the person I think I am today. So probably 3 years from now, I will make jokes about my current emails. But making sure that you are able to deliver the right information in the fewest number of words to make it clear, transparent, and easily digestible is something that we struggle. That if you are not aware of the best practices, you will try to use many intelligent words. Your sentences will be too long. You will try to provide too much context. And that are all traps of bad communication. And if I start going on about communication for far too long, I will jump into the same traps. So let's jump to the next skill, which is prioritization. Because the very sad truth in life is that product manager is able to do a fraction of what she or he wants and what is required of this person. So it's always an ability to choose the best possible update, the best possible call, and at the same time not be hindered, saddened, or depressed that the other stuff is ignored. This is bound to happen, and the greatest, the most successful product managers are not known for what they ignored, but what they focused on, and it worked out because the focus was given. And if you are like a wild animal running from corner to corner trying to feed as many mouths possible, you'll just be tired and will get nowhere. So another skill that's super important is leadership, because product managers hardly ever have the people that they manage directly. So you, as a product manager, are not really responsible to coach someone's career, approve their holidays, none of that. But still, it's a position of inspiration, of providing mm, mentorship, of the fact that your words matter and will change whether your development team wants to support you, wants to create better products with you, or just comes there from 9 to 5 trying to, well, do the bare minimum. And if you manage to inspire, if you manage to use that great communication and empathy as a leader, then you almost have a team of junior product managers around you that help you to create better products. And as per definition that I just quoted a few moments ago, data drivenness is very important for a product manager. The ongoing memory of the fact that everything that's not supported by data, by research, is simply an opinion. And you can have a very strong opinion. People around you can have a very strong opinion. But unless you can quantify it, but unless you can prove what you say is true, it doesn't matter. And this is like your ultimate way to deal with any disputes, doubts, and to prove whether certain course of action is correct or it's not. And you will use that to convince your developers to work on a specific topic. You will use it to bounce off bad ideas and to negotiate with your management on whether your product vision strategy is the correct one, or you should change it because, well, people above you might have more experience or know the market better.
Mhm. You mentioned that, when you look back at your emails from the past, you see the kind of difference there is with respect to experience and knowledge. How did you break into product management, and how would you say, if somebody wants to break into product management, how should they go about it?
Well, I my journey was quite weird because I actually did the right thing to do, where I was promoted to a product manager inside a company, like as a natural progression. I started off as like a low level techie, moved to client support and project, and finally product management. But it was a very small company of maximum of 20 people, where product manager was still doing everything possible just to make it happen. So I didn't have the right skills in developing software in Agile Scrum. I had no idea how modern, mature product management looks like and how it focuses on the strategy and vision and not the execution. So when I decided to leave my small startup, I had a lot of problems landing a new job. And in fact, it took me 2 years of getting better and better in job interviews in order to, well, in the end, land the job in the company that I work now. But I had a free break, 3 years break in the meantime. And only there did I got the skills that I needed in order to be seen as a competent competitive? No. As a knowledgeable and trustworthy product manager with the right skill set and right experience, which landed me gigs in OLX and in Microsoft. And now I'm again back in my Stepstone job board, having surprisingly a lot of fun. And for all of you out there who would like to become product managers, well, the market now is very difficult. It's always very hard to break into product management without experience. And the best I can suggest is to get a job in IT in a field that you feel comfortable, whether that's code development, data analysis, QA engineering, or design, and work your way from there to become product manager. Talk to your manager, talk to HR, disclose your ambitions and plans, and figure out how then they can make it happen for you. Of course, you will have to work a lot. You will do stuff beyond your normal responsibilities, and you'll have to put a lot of work on top of that. But eventually, it will pay off. What you can also do in the meantime is to work on your own mini product project at home. Because, well, if you want to be a product manager, there's a lot of materials to read, courses to take, including mine. And you can spend easily an hour, half an hour a day just reading articles, watching videos, getting better and better every day, but it makes no sense if you can't apply that learnings. So creating your own YouTube channel, your own blog, your own mobile app, setting yourself goals for a specific number of subscribers, users, views, whatever makes sense for this project, can make a significant difference in your resume and give you the right communication tools to defend the hypothesis that you are a great product manager material despite not having professional experience. And that is really making a difference. I can vouch for that even with one story of one of my students who applied product management principle to her social media account influencer career, and based on that she got her first product manager job, and also from a promotion from junior to mid product manager. So this is something that is not limited by anyone. You can do it based on your free time, ambitions, resources, and really, it's not about starting a new side gig or having a new fundamentally revolutionary AI startup. It's about setting goals, trying to achieve them, and learning on the way, and being able to tell the story of this learning process when the time comes.
Great. I think we briefly touched upon some of the hacks. I think you talked about some tips here and there.
Mhm.
In the 3 years that it took you on that, great learning curve, what would be some of the hacks that maybe you have employed for your career, or you came across some of your colleagues that they have applied in their careers that we can give to aspiring product managers out there, that they can maybe employ it and get that boost when it comes to breaking it into this field?
The greatest hack that I know that applies to so many things is less is better. Fewer goals in the sprint so the developers can achieve them. Fewer commitments to your roadmap, as in what you want to deliver, that gives you ability to focus. Focusing in prioritization in fewer items so you can truly dedicate yourself to them and make sure that you achieve those targets. Making sure that you don't speak that much unless you can contribute and can add to the discussion. I also have this like dirty hack that I like, that I try to speak the last. So not only
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that my voice is the final one remembered, but also I have the benefit of hearing all other voices in the room, thus having the most educated opinion in the room and having some opinions already based on what I've heard. Um, you should also investigate as many successful stories of a product as possible, because you will find inspirations all over the history, whether it's the history of viral growth of Dropbox or how modern mobile apps a bit in a bit predatory way try to get most of your pockets via microtransactions. There are techniques, there are human psychological triggers that you can use as a product manager to get that better conversion, to get more views, to get more clients. And it's just like pure gold mine if you know where to look and where to apply to it. I already found that psychological tricks that are used by those mobile apps, I think could be used in a job board, but without that nefarious purpose of getting money. Instead, I would like to get our users more comfortable with the application process, thus giving them more opportunity to better their lives, get more salaries, yada yada. But there are serious barriers that prevent many of our users from application because they are afraid, they doubt themselves, they are not sure if their CV is correct. And it's a great mission for me as a product manager at a job board to deal with those problems, to make it easier for those candidates to get their dream job at some point.
So as a podcast producer, what I try to do is that I try to follow as many people that belong to my field, and I kind of keep track on what they're working on and what are their achievements and how different creative ways I can come across when I see their work. So do you feel that kind of same strategy can be applied here when it comes to product management as well?
Yes, yes, by all means, following the leading product management influencers is a great way to streamline your learning, to get daily inspiration. There's there's 20 plus like significant influencers with that amassed high amounts of followers. I would rank myself at the end of top 10. But if you look for Shivishi, Diego Granados, once you start looking, there's plenty of us to help. And each one of us posts daily helpful links, small courses, articles that provoke thinking, or just stories from our lives that got us to where we are right now, or trying to debunk typical myths or problems connected to product management.
That was great, Bart. Thank you so much for coming and doing this episode with us. I know for a fact that this will be very insightful to people out there. And thanks again for doing this episode.
My pleasure, and have a great weekend.
If you have any questions related to the topic, check out the link in the description below. As promised, we have something unique for you. Here's your chance to win a one-on-one call with Bart. All you need to do is post the top 3 learnings that you've taken away from this episode on your social media. Don't forget to tag TopMate. Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify, tell us the topic you'd want us to cover next. I'm Anushka and you're listening to TopConnect, an educational podcast by TopMate, hosted and produced by me.